Well, after being named manager of the month, it's been a managerial baptism of fire for you, hasn't it, in a way?
Yeah, it has. But I've been in the game long enough to know that you take the plaudits when you can, and you take the defeats hard. But you have to keep working. You have to still believe in what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. Look at it probably a little bit more longer term than most people do in football, and hopefully the players respond and they're committed to the vision that we have.
You've already seen your team win games, and like the Manchester United game, for instance, when you match them sort of punch for punch, as it were. So you know the talent is there, and certainly the confidence is there.
Yeah, confidence is not an issue, or I don't see it as being an issue, because a lot of hard work has gone into getting to this position in the first place. You know, we came up through the playoffs. It was magnificent to do that. We didn't finish top of the division, you know, so we had a bit of ground to make up on the other teams that go automatic promotion. But we're in the league. We are rightfully in the league because we perform well. Now we have to make that step to consolidate ourselves in the league, take the rough with the smooth, because we all know that, you know, it's a difficult division. But we're more than capable, and we've proved that, okay, under a bit of adversity in the early part of the season, but that shows the quality that is there. Over the past 6 games, we've probably hit that bit of quality and lost a little bit along the way. So we know what the capabilities are. It's just trying to get it together, to be sort of in a position where we're consistent and we have an identity and what we're trying to do.
I haven't been at a club where most weekends you were winning, and that glorious period with Sir Alex at Manchester United. Yeah. Has it been hard for you personally to get used to sort of the other side of the coin in a way?
It's never easy when you sit at the top of the tree and you're in charge of a group of players that want to be successful. And in order to be successful, you all have to buy into the same way of doing things. Yes, I have been used to winning, but I have lost a few games, and at the top end of the tree, at that level, you lose one game, there's a problem, you know, and so losing 2 or 3, it's the same problem. It's just how you go about your business leading up to the next game. Hopefully you improve, you take the strengths and the positives out of a performance even when you lose, in order to continue that in the next game and add a little bit more, and not to get too distracted from, you know, all the craziness of football when you lose games.
Did you learn how to handle the bumps in the road with Sir Alex? I mean, was he pretty good at sort of levelling things off a bit?
I think when you're at the big clubs, there's a massive expectation. There's still one at a team, you know, and a club like Hull. So we have to accept that responsibility. Yes, at a club as big as Manchester United, there's always an opportunity of another game pretty quick. And that usually came within 2 or 3 days. So in a way, you always look forward, you never look back, because you can't change what has gone on before, you can just improve. But you always had a group of players and a squad of players that also knew that a defeat meant that you had to come out of that quickly, and you had to get your head screwed back on really, really sharply, because the next game was the next important one. And it's no different here. You know, the qualities have to come out of the players. That acceptance of defeat has to come out quickly, and then you have to move on and try and put everything into practice and what's in your power to win the next game of football.
On a personal level, you seem a very steady sort of bloke, even-tempered, don't get too excited, don't get too down. That's the appearance anyway. Inside, is it a ferment?
Well, you do get knotted in your stomach, you do get a little bit uptight, but you know, you have to show composure when it's required, you know, in order to make calculated decisions. Sometimes you have to also be pretty spontaneous as well. I tend to be who I am, you know, and I think to be somebody else really is a weakness for others to see. So no, I just build on the confidence I have, the experience I've got, and the challenge that I give to the players and the confidence I give to the players. It's up to them, you know, they know where I'm coming from, they know where my staff are hard at work trying to improve them. Once they go into the football match, they have to show all their abilities and all their desires to be victorious in a game of football.